Welcome back to my G1 Retro Reviews. Today, we're taking a look at the original Transformers series episode, A Decepticon Raider in King Arthur's Court. In this episode, some of the Transformers travel back in time to the medieval era. This episode begins with the Decepticons fighting the Autobots at some place called the Dragon Mound, which looks to be somewhat inspired by Stonehenge. Man, what is it with Transformers and Stonehenge? There's this episode, there's the Standing Stones in Beast Wars, and there's the actual Stonehenge in The Last Knight. Also, the Dragon Mound sounds like something out of Skyrim.
I just changed heads last week.
Ramjet changes heads? What, is he a headmaster?
Let's grab a jet stream and get out of here!
What? Did Starscream say that he was going to grab Jetstream? I wonder what she'd think of that. So the Decepticons enter the Dragon Mound and are magically transported back in time, where they meet a pair of evil knights. And it's kind of cute how they think the humans are cosplaying as Autobots. Spike and the Autobots apparently followed, and they ally themselves with Lady Nimue and her father. Also, what is up with all the kissing between Spike and Nimue? Did he forget that Carly is back at home? I wonder what she would think about him flirting with this medieval maiden. I like how Spike has an Autobot logo on his shield. I wish Hasbro would make a Spike figure based on this episode. It's also pretty cute how Rumble has a Decepticon logo on his shield. And it seems that Starscream isn't done trying to kidnap females, as he makes off with Nimue. I like how in this episode we get to see more of Scientist Starscream. Him building an electric dynamo to recharge himself and the other Decepticons, but mostly himself, and collecting the ingredients to make gunpowder.
We need potassium nitrate too. Don't tell me you're gonna fetch it. No, Rumble, not I. Me and my big mouth.
Get it? Because potassium nitrate is found in bird droppings? Sir Wingen decides to switch sides and help our heroes, just as Spike is climbing the side of the tower to save Nimue. Why does this remind me of Game of Thrones? Fortunately for Spike, he wasn't paralyzed by the fall.
Spike, why should I want to be saved from Sir Wigand when we've just decided to get married?
Oh.
Spike, don't look so disappointed. You're still forgetting about Carly. Is it just me, or does Starscream kind of look like a witch in this scene? He's already got the cauldron, he just needs the hat. Just when it seems that Starscream has won, the wizard uses his magic to summon lightning and recharge the Autobots. And they save the day as Starscream comes tumbling down, just like Humpty Dumpty.
Oh, Father, isn't this wonderful?
Better luck next time, pal.
Again, what about Carly? So the wizard takes them back to the Dragon Mound.
The wandering dragon decided to make it his home.
We never saw him.
That's because he's been out visiting relatives.
Okay, not only do they have magic in the G1 universe, but dragons as well? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. After all, Megatron turned into a dragon too. And our time travelers return home, where Starscream glomps Megatron.
What's the matter? Aren't you glad to see us?
Well, this was a fun episode of G1. Again, it's weird how the Transformers seem to have a history with Stonehenge, or at least Stonehenge-like structures. Speaking of which, I wonder if this episode was partially the inspiration for The Last Knight, or at least that flashback at the beginning of it. I mean, it does have knights, and there's a wizard, and a dragon. Who knows? That dragon might have been a Predacon in disguise or something. Also, they did all this time traveling with no repercussions to the future? I mean, Starscream invented an electric dynamo and gunpowder hundreds of years before they were actually invented. Wouldn't that have advanced the technology of Camelot considerably? Also, what about their feud? And Nimue and Wigan getting married? How do we know that was or wasn't supposed to happen? The Autobots and Decepticons' interference could have changed history, but from everything we see, it doesn't. aside from Megatron suddenly being present, whereas before he was not. Although I'm pretty sure he's just there to get glomped. It's weird how Rumble and Ravage are in this episode, but Soundwave is not. It's rare that you see his little buddies without him. And finally, I hope Carly slaps Spike for fawning over Nimue this whole episode. I mean, I don't know if they're in a serious relationship yet, but come on, dude, respect your woman. Again, this was a fun episode of the original Transformers. And I can't begin to tell you about how many shows and movies this reminded me of because they had a similar plot or story elements. From Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure to A Kid in King Arthur's Court. Traveling back to medieval times seems to be a popular idea. So be sure to let me know what you thought of this G1 episode down in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff. And I'll see you here next time for the next episode of the original Transformers series, The Golden Lagoon. Another very memorable and fan favorite episode. So I'll see you back here next week for that one.